Can you hear me? That's good. I'll just tell some other people that I'm live. Right. um, Anyone have any questions to start with? Alright, so this is the newest patch. That is, I just put another build live about half an hour ago. It has a brand new loading system which will be much more reliable, and a few other things that I'll go through. Um, Yeah, so that's basically how the ale house works: is you make the stuff and people come and buy it, or you can sell it at market. Um, Putting an additional worker on it shouldn't affect anything. Everything should work quicker. Like, it should be produce things quicker, but it shouldn't affect what gets sold. Um, Basically, the only contributing factor to what gets sold is people deciding to go buy it, because people get hungry and they get they get in need for food, so they go buy it from the ale house. It was probably just a bad time of day for them. Um, One thing that was heavily requested was people wanted names on their carts. So well, now you have names on your carts. Each card is assigned a random name, and this should make your life easier. Um, so now you can distinguish the carts in the small inventories over here. Um, there's a lot more new icons. Still got a few to do, but there are more nicer icons that are more obvious as to what they are. I have added in some new stuff for the trading post, because I noticed people, I don't know, yeah, it wasn't the best business in the world, but I've added some more stuff in. So the first upgrade that I've added in, and there's still more to come, is a market stall, so that you can actually sell directly from your trading post if you want. So once you have that, people will come and buy goods directly from it. They can't sell to it, but they'll go and buy from it. This is just a Wiltshire map. I've started adding in new market buildings and stuff like that. Just I've got new props I'm slowly adding in. I've also got a new house I'm adding in when I get the chance, and I'll develop up this whole area over here. I've done a lot of work on navigation in last few hours. Still a bit quirky in places, but it should be a lot more reliable now as well. Oh, the nomadic start. I've done a little bit of work on it, but not much. We'll get there. It shouldn't be too hard to add in actually. So, but that'll be fun. I've just got to decide whether or not I let you start with a tent and stuff like that, so you can go camping if you want to. You probably won't. I don't know. You probably won't be able to get married if you don't have a house. I don't know who would want to marry you if you don't have a house. So I guess the goal is to start off really poor and without a house, and eventually work up to getting a house and whatnot. Benefit to sleep. If you have the better beds upgrade for your house, you actually get a buff for well rested after you've been sleeping, and that actually boosts your immune system. But currently, for the player character, there is no benefit to having a better immune system. That's something I'm adding in shortly. And it's the same, like you'll be able to eat and stuff like that. That will also boost your immune system. There's also keeping warm in winter. That's what the coats are for. I mean, all this stuff you don't have to eat, you don't have to sleep, you won't have to keep warm, but it will, if you choose to do so, you'll probably live longer, essentially. But you won't outright die if you don't sleep. Yeah, you can buy coats. People buy them. Coats aren't that common because they're quite in demand. As soon as they come up for sale, there's usually they're usually all gone. But people could buy them and store them in their houses, and then in winter they'll go and grab them. If you store some in your house, your family will use them to keep warm. Yeah, and of course, if you break into people's houses, chances are they could have coats in there. So yeah, just take them. No big deal. They'll just die during winter. So, as I say, this patch is a beta patch, and it's live at the moment. If you want to play it at some point, you got to enter a code into Steam to play it, but that's in the thread on the community board with the beta patch, and it has quite a few changes to it. At the end of the day, production will return a percentage of the goods produced as well as the raw materials. So you're cutting firewood and it's 50% complete, you'll get 5 firewood kind of thing. There's some new scene stuff added. There's a new upgrade for the trading post, which lets people go and buy stuff directly from it. There are other miscellaneous things added. I've fixed a lot of bugs. Yeah, the thread for the beta patch is on the Steam forums. But yeah, I've fixed a lot of bugs, like unbelievably big number of bugs. Just tiny things, lots of tiny things that I've found that I'm surprised no one else found. But they should be good. And loading should be a lot more reliable now as well, because it started having issues. Yeah, you can stream whatever version you want. Now, for the herbalist hut, which is going to be added shortly with the new houses, I was thinking about making it, the herbalist hut, a house itself, so the people who live there actually work there instead of hiring randomers off the street. It's like a family sort of run thing. I don't know, what do you think? It kind of feels like it would be a good business just to have in the middle of the forest, or, you know, out of the way, and then, like, you know, just have a lady and her kids or something, you know, run it. Doesn't seem like something that would be in the center of town. Or what was going to happen is you'd have the building, and then you'd have like a herb garden out the front, and then you'd have to plant the herbs and grow the herbs, and then you can harvest the herbs, and then you can turn it into medicines and stuff. Yeah, you'll be able to buy the herb hut, yeah. Yeah, it's just, I was thinking more about how the AI will run it. I was thinking they would run it just as a family business rather than hiring random people. Now, yes, they'll plant the herbs in their own herb garden, and then they'll harvest them, and then once the herb garden's empty, they'll plant some more. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why there can't be small little herb patches out and about, just like there are fruit and vegetables and eggs and whatnot. But I figure they're probably going to be less harvested by the general population because, well, they don't really know what to do with them. Um, but yeah, they'll be out in the forest there somewhere. Now the new houses I'll add in, they won't be a direct upgrade from any of the current houses. You'll have to you have to find it by itself because it's going to be too big to be a direct upgrade. So eventually you'd be able to demolish a couple houses here, and or you'd buy them, demolish them, and build a new house, a new bigger house here, or you'd buy a piece of land somewhere else to build a bigger house. I don't like the idea of directly upgrading houses to bigger houses. It just seems a bit odd. Or especially if it's a completely different kind of house. Yeah, this video will be archived and probably sent to YouTube when it's finished. Now, the another thing is there are going to be estates, or I don't know the right word for it really, but they'll be sort of would be kind of like little self-contained areas around on spare land. So like you might find a ruined building or a burnt down building somewhere near the forest that you can rebuild, and it has like a farm to it, and it has like several other things to it, so it's like a small little town, but it's all privately owned. So those will be there. To start with, it will be a sort of like a quest thing where you go and investigate the burnt down ruins near the forest, and then you stake your claim on it, and then you build it up and whatnot. But eventually you'd be able to buy land and build an estate type thing anywhere. Yeah, so there will be actual wedding events as well. Currently there are funerals, but I've not added weddings because I'm still thinking about the best way to approach that in terms of actually booking it and having people turn up and whatnot. But they'll be there. Festivals, yeah. Someone mentioned last time a travelling circus. That would be cool. I would really like that. But again, I just have to think about the best way to do it because you kind of want lots to do while they're there, but I just got to think about what kind of things you could do. own longhouse. Well, when you actually become Thane of a town, so if you say became Thane of Leestead, you would be given this longhouse here, and you would live in there. But I guess when construction is added and you buy a plot of land, there's nothing stopping you from building your own longhouse. I mean, if you have the materials and you hire some workers, then sure. But again, it all revolve around buying land, and if you buy land within a town, anything you build in that land, it becomes under the protection and the title of that town. So eventually you'll get to the point where you don't actually own most of that and you've just extended the town. But if you say stake your claim on some land out in the forest and then you hire workers to clear it off and flatten it out and stuff, anything you build there will be like it's essentially a new town. You'll be able to place whatever you want wherever you want, as long as there's room and stuff. But as I say, so it'll be your own land, so you just do what you want with it. Yeah. So, but if you do state your claim on some land in the forest, obviously you've got no protection from any town guards or anything, so it could get a bit dicey for you. But and then eventually, if people start moving to your houses you build in your plot of land, it'll probably get to the point where you don't actually own most of it anymore, and thus it just becomes like a normal town, and it will be ruled by the king, and then people might elect to have you thrown out, and you don't actually own it anymore. So you still got to do well by the people in the town. Building roads and paths, yeah, that would be good, because roads are actually used. Like, people opt to use roads instead of walking through the forest, so it would be good to build roads between them. Yes, that's something I'd want to add. Anyone got any more ideas for flour mill upgrades? There's only one there, so any ideas, let me know. The market kind of acts as a granary type thing, and yeah, cats are something I do want to add. I've wanted to add cats for a long time. They would have a benefit, like if you own a house with a cat, you might be less likely to get sick because the cat keeps the rats away or whatever. I don't know if you can hear that, but my dog's squeaking a ball right next to me. also want to have it so instead of upgrading your farm to have pre-placed corals and fields, you actually place them yourself, or you plot a piece of land for the field. But that's a nice to have thing at the moment. Prices are auto set to market prices for any goods. So you can sell your ill-gotten goods at the market for a standard price, or you can buy a trading post and store them in there, and then upgrade it so people come and buy from the trading post. Yeah, I've seen a bit of The Last Kingdom, but some of it really annoyed me, so I stopped watching it. And yes, you will be able to hire your own thugs and guards to guard your carts and your house and stuff. People really like collecting eggs, eh? It's funny because they have just as much chance to go and collect fruit or vegetables or whatever, but they seem to really like to collect eggs. I have to look into that because they seem to favour it for some reason. Which wouldn't really make sense because hens only lay a limited number of eggs a day, like, you know, one. Yeah, most chickens and stuff should move out of the way of your walking past. people are very good at putting out fires, which I guess is handy. Yeah, the church is going to be pretty big. You'll be able to actually become bishop of the church, and you'll have control over what the monks do, and you can use that to your own advantage, or you can use that to help the town, or yeah, it's kind of up to you as to what you'll do there. This little guy here, Gravedigger, he actually does dig graves and buries people, and he also will light up. He'll also cremate people if they're too poor for a grave. So any more questions about anything? Any suggestions at the moment, or anything you want me to talk about? Brightness slider, yeah. It's actually not as easy as you'd think it would be. But yeah, it's something I'll look into. I was also thinking about having a an upgrade to the flour mill where it becomes a windmill maybe, but I'm not sure. It might be a bit extreme, but there might be water mills as well. Obviously, you'd need water to do that, but water mills are pretty big in Anglo-Saxon England, so lots of buildings planned. Yeah, so anyone's free to try the beta branch of this. If this version here is all good, I'll release it live today, I guess. But just let me know how it is. It seems to be relatively good for me, so. Well, this stream's getting uploaded to YouTube probably afterwards, so just watch it then. A torch. I mean, yeah, if you want the player to be able to have a torch, that's easy to do. Obviously, the mechanic's already there. The usefulness, I don't know. I mean, you might want it for role-playing purposes or something, I don't know. Or if you're walking through the forest at night, it might be nice to have. Might scare off wolves or something, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you want a torch, that's no big deal. I'll just add a slot in here for it. We have little notice boards now as well. So this is where you will come to find quests. So people will post up various missions for other people, like someone might want a house burnt down, or someone might want someone else punched in the face, what have you. Yeah, they will be posted there. There's one in each major town. Oh yeah, you'll be able to join the guard as well, the city guard, and rise up the ranks to become guard captain, at which point you'd be able to control the patrol points of the town and various other bits like that. Charging a business for protection could probably be more of a thug-based thing, where you hire some thugs and you get them to... I mean, I guess if you want to be a corrupt captain of the guard, you could do that, yeah. And also change your patrol points so that they don't patrol around businesses you're competing against, and then... yeah, that would be nice. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, so basically every build I do will go to testing, be it good or bad, and you can use it there if you want, but it's the first branch it will go to. Oh, for now. There will be a additional branch as well for testing super secret features. Um, Shortly there will be travelling bards, nobles and families that will come onto the map. So the travelling bards will be like an entertainment based thing, or they might have stuff for you. The families will obviously buy houses up around the area, and the nobles will one of the things the travelling nobles will do is come and request goods from certain businesses based on what they're doing and based on what the noble is doing in the area. So if they're looking for weapons, they'll go and buy weapons or what have you. And of course the whole renting out houses thing will be added when I add in travelling families and whatnot, just because it seems logical to add it in at that time. So with renting out houses, you'll be able to set your price, and obviously the more upgraded your house is, the more desirable it would be. But then it depends on how the price you set for it as well. And so that then poor families can have somewhere to live other than the bunkhouse. And yes, giving a house to a person is something I was thinking about just before actually. I can add that as well. So if there's not anything else you want me to talk about, I'll leave it here, and you guys can go and play this version for yourself if you like. I still got some testing to do, but it's proving good so far. I haven't noticed anything major while I've been playing it now. Navigation seems to be working a lot better. I was actually thinking about streaming some development work. So if I'm building a new scene or I'm adding in some new houses or what have you, I was thinking about streaming that kind of thing. I wouldn't stream programming or anything like that because that'd be boring as hell, but yeah, I mean, if people want to see actual development, I can stream a lot of that. Do people usually stream game development? I don't know. yeah, I'll make that a thing. Next time I'm doing a scene or something, or what have you, I'll stream that and get input into what it should look like. Alright, well I'll leave it here guys, and I'll get back to work, and I'll yeah, give this version a go and tell me what you think, and if it's all good I'll make it live. Alright, I'll talk to you next week.